Hi friends, welcome back to my session, and in this session we are going to learn about how to build and run custom image in Azure App Services. Okay, here I am using the Windows 10 mission, so that's why I am going to use the Docker desktop in order to build the image at the same time in order to run the container locally. So once the test has been successfully tested, the same image will be pushed into the Azure Container Registry. From the Azure Container Registry, the image will be deployed over Azure App Services. Okay, how the process will be going on, everything we are going to learn in this session. And the things which we are going to learn in this session, I am going to mention here point to point wise. Just please have a look on this. In this session, we are going to learn about how to push a customized Docker image to Azure Container Registry. What is the purpose of Azure Container Registry? In order to store images. How to deploy the custom image to app services, and how to configure environment variables, and how to pull the image into app service by using the managed identity, how to access diagnostic logs, how to enable CI/CD from Azure Container Registry to app services. These all things we are going to learn in this session. Okay, fine. Okay, right now I have the Docker desktop, and did I have any images? Did I have any containers? Any volumes? There is nothing in this. Okay, first of all, if I want to create image, what I need to have as a prerequisite, I need to get the Docker image file. So once I have the file, if I execute that file, automatically the image will be created. So in order to execute the file, what file it is required? Docker file. If I have the Docker file, if I run the file, automatically the Docker image will be created. The same image will be deployed over the container. As I don't have any Docker file in my local machine, so that's why I'm going to pull some Docker file from remote repository. Here in this scenario, for this lab purpose, I'm going to use the remote repository as GitHub repository. It is a centralized repository. Okay, from GitHub repository, I'm going to pull one repository. Here, instead of calling we as pull, we can call it as a clone. Just please have a look. If I clone the repository which is available on the remote repository, the same will be replicated here as well. Means the same will be installed here. Okay, means downloaded. Just copy the same, and here in Docker, is it in running mode? No, just make it running mode. Here right now the Docker engine is running. Just open the terminal. Once you open the terminal, just paste the same git clone. The path is already exited. So earlier I just had downloaded. So go to C users Ashika. I'm going to the path where I had mentioned this PC, C drive, users, Ashika. Right now I have this because of as I just downloaded. So I'm going to remove the same. Okay, here it is completely removed. Again I'm going to pull it. Yeah, right now I'm going to pull the Docker file from where? From GitHub repository. If you want to check the same, again go back to this thing, this PC, C drive. Just now I had deleted, again it will be replicated. I will show it to you. Go to Ashika. Is it done? Yes. If you click here this folder, you will be able to see the list of files. Here from this list of files, you will be able to see the Docker file. Just open the Docker file. What the commands are there inside of this Docker file. So I'm going to open it by Notepad. Just so here, in order to create any base image, first of all we need to some basic image. From is used to get the base image, and run is the command which is used to execute the commands. It will execute the commands while in the preparation, while we are building the image. Work directory, it is used to set the work directory. Add, it is used to download the code. Or if I want to download something from any external resource, I am going to use the add. If I want to copy something from source to destination, from one source to another destination, from one path to another path, from one location to another location, I am going to use this copy module. and run, it is used as usual to execute the commands. And expose, it is the command, it is the thing which is used to make the image will be open to the specific ports. If I want to access these ports, the container will need to be open to these ports, then only I will be able to access the thing which I had been deployed. Okay, and here as well as we can mention the entry point. There are list of things which can make, which we can place in the Docker file. So based on the each command, it will be executed. Okay, fine. So what I need to done right now in my local machine, I have the Docker file with me. What the thing is, what the thing I need to done right now? I need to execute. I need to first of all, before executing, I need to change my directory to the directory which I had installed right now. So right now I'm in the directory which I had cloned from the GitHub repository. I'm inside of the directory. So once I'm inside of the directory, what the thing I need to done? I need to build the image with the help of Docker image, with the help of Dockerfile. Sorry, Dockerfile is used to automate the image creation. So if you see here command Docker build, it is used to build the image, and the image which is built with it will be tagged with the name appsvc tutorial custom image, and here dot indicates from current directory. Right now you are in which directory? You are in this directory, Django web app Linux. From this directory it will build the image by using the Docker file. Just click on enter. It will take some time to build the image. Once the image has been successfully built, you will be able to see the same from here. Right now there are no images right now. Once it has been successfully built, then only you will be able to see the image here. So in the meanwhile, what we will do, we will log in into the Azure portal, okay, and do the things which are needful. Okay, fine. Right now, in order to create anything in the portal, first of all, what I need to create as a prerequisite, I need to create the resource group. Resource group is nothing but a boundary. Without resource group, you can't be able to create any kind of resources. Just click on resource group, Docker. Resource group name is Docker underscore RG, Docker resource group. Okay, I'm going to deploy in the East US. That's fine for me. Okay, create. The resource group has been successfully created. So once the resource group has been successfully created, the first thing I need to done is I need to create a user assigned managed identity. Means managed identity I need to create. Select. You have the universal search bar is there. Just go to home, managed identity. If you click here, I don't have any managed identity up to now, so I am going to create the new one. Just create new managed identity. Okay, just please click here, and here you already created one resource group, that is Docker underscore resource group, and it is in the region East US, and you want to set the name for your managed identity. So I am going to company ID. Okay, company ID here. Okay, company ID is the ID which is used, which is created in under the managed identity. And okay, if you want to mention any tags, you can. Otherwise, simply review plus create. Then it is validating. The once validation has been done, you have the option to create. Just if you click on the create option, then automatically the managed identity with the name of company ID will be created. Okay. Once this has been successfully created, what are the things we need to done? We need to create container registry. Okay, fine. Go to home, type container registry. Container registry. Container registry is used to store the images. Right now, I don't have any container registry with me. Just click the container registry, and the resource group is Docker underscore RG, and the registry name is, uh, I can simply type ACR, Azure Container Registry, ACR company. Otherwise you can type company ACR. Here in the company name you can mention your company name, whatever you are working. Company ACR. Okay. Company ACR is already in use. Okay. My ACR. Okay, fine. My ACR is already in use. Okay. 1122. My ACR 1122 is the Azure Container Registry name which I am going to set. Okay, I am going to set in the East US region only, and based on the pricing plans, the features will be enabled. Suppose if you select the basic standard, it will not enable the advanced features. If you see here in networking, if I select the standard, if you observe here, there will be no connectivity configuration. There is a gray color is there. There is no encryption. But if you select premium, then you will have the options to select. You can restrict, you can encrypt. When this will be possible? If you select the premium only. But as this is for lab purpose, so that's why I'm going to select the standard only, and click on next. Everything is not required. You can leave as it is, and review plus create. Up to now what I had done, I had pulled the image, means I had pulled the Docker file, and I am going to build that image. And at the same time in Azure portal, what I had done, I had created managed identity, and at the same time I had created container registry as well. The container registry is successfully deployed. You can be able to see. And if I want to push anything into the Azure Container Registry, first of all, I need to enable the admin user. Without enabling this, I can't be able to push anything. Here, username is my ACR1122, and the password is, this is the password. If I want to push, any, means if I want to push any image into this Azure Container Registry with the help of this username and password only, I will be able to push it. Otherwise, I can't be able. Without credentials, it will not be able. It will not allow. Na? Yes. Fine. And in the meanwhile, we can check. Yes, the image has been successfully deployed. Right now, will you be able to see image? Yes. Once image has been successfully created, what we need to done? So I am going to create container. That container will run on my local machine, because of if I created container on my Docker desktop, that will be run on my local desktop only. It will not run on the remote desktop. It will run on my local machine. So the container will be created with the help of the image which I had built right now, and the container will run on my local machine only. And the container will be exposed to the port 8000. Okay, and just copy the command docker run -it. -it stands for interactive terminal. -p stands for ports, which is exposed to 8000. One is image port and the other one is container port. And just paste the same, enter. Earlier I don't have any container, but right now you will be able to see the container. Yes, the container is there. The container is running. And if you want to check the same, whether the container is working or not, just copy it from your local machine, paste the same, my local host. Yeah, the application has been successfully deployed over the container. So right now, how I will be able to access? With the help of the container which is running on my local machine. My image is working perfectly fine. But here the scenario is what? I need to deploy the same image over Azure App Services with the help of Azure Container Registry. First of all, I need to push the image into Azure Container Registry. From that Azure Container Registry, the image will be deployed over Azure App Services. Okay, we will see how to proceed the further steps. Okay, first of all, if I want to push, we had already created the managed identity, we had already created the container registry, and we had already enabled the access keys. And at the same time, if I want to log in from my local machine to the Azure Container Registry, this is the command. Here, what is my registry name? Here, what is my registry name? My ACR 1122. Okay. Here, my login, my ACR 1122. Okay. What is the username? The same only. Okay. My login, Docker login, my ACR 1122 ACR.info. It is the link. It will redirect to the Azure Container Registry and with the username my ACR 1122. Okay. If you copy this command, if you try to execute the command, okay. What the thing I need to do? Docker password. It is asking the password. Okay. Where the password is? Here it is a password. Just paste it. Enter. Then it will show in the login succeeded. Means by entering the user credentials, as I already mentioned the username, it is asking the password. I just simply copy and paste the password, and with that username password, I will be successfully able to connect to the Azure Container Registry which has been created over the Azure portal. Okay, then the connection has been established. What the further step I need to perform? I need to push the image from my local machine into the Azure Container Registry. For that purpose, I just want to tag. First of all, I need to tag. Here, I am going to tag the image name. So for that purpose, what I am going to run, Docker tag registry name. Okay, Docker tag. I am going to tag the image with the image.latest. Okay, fine. It has been successfully tagged. So once it has been successfully tagged, I am going to mention, I am going to push the image. Okay, registry, which registry? My ACR 112233. With the tag, this is the tag, latest is the tag. Okay, just copy the same and paste here. So just wait for a moment, and at the same time, in the meanwhile, I will show to something. If you go here, repositories, it will be empty only. There is no image here because of up to now it is just now created. Up to now, as I didn't push any images into this repository, so that's why it is showing nil or null. So once the image has been successfully pushed from my local machine, the same will be replicated here. Just please have a look. It is still in the stage of pushing state. Okay, once it has been successfully pushed, then you will be able to see the image here. In the meanwhile, what we can do, the further steps. And here I need to authorize the managed identity. As I already create the managed identity, the same I need to authorize with what? Azure Container Registry. For that purpose, what I'm going to do, go to IAM. Okay, go to IAM and add role assignment. We have the fixed roles are there. We are going to select the arc pull. Here, what is the role? I need to select the arc pull. Okay, here arc pull is there. Next, and managed identity. As I already created the managed identity, just click on select, and if you use a managed identity, okay, company ID. This is the managed ID which had been created. Just click select and review plus assign. Review plus assign. It is authorized with the managed identity because of in app service also I am going to use the same managed identity. Here in Azure ACR at the same time in app service I am going to use the same managed identity. Because of the same managed identity, whenever I had pushed the code into Azure Container Registry, it will send a notification to the app services. One image has been successfully pushed into the ACR. So whenever it will be notified, whenever the app service will be notified, it starts to pull the image which is recently pushed into the app services. The same will be deployed, and the end users will be able to access the same. Okay, fine. Just please have a look. And here we need to create the web app. Okay, before that, just check whether it has been successfully pushed or not. If it is pushed, okay, otherwise we can wait for some time. Okay, in the meanwhile, what we need to done, we need to create the web app. Okay, here if you want a web app, simple, app services, go to app services, create web app. Web app is nothing but web application. Okay, here the resource group is docker-_rg, and the name is web app name is Docker Test Lab. Okay, Docker Test Lab, it is the name, and by using which I am going to publish the same. If I have the code, I can directly pull the code, but right now I have the Docker image, so that's why I'm going to create the Docker container. So here I'm going to use the operating system Linux, and I'm going to deploy over Japan East. Okay, and it will be automatically selected. You just need to select the same. Here I'm going to select. Here I'm going to select. Otherwise, explore to pricing plans. If you export to pricing plans, the most popular plans it will be displayed here. So I'm going to use basic B1. It is for dev test for less demanding workloads. As I'm going to create for the lab purpose, so that's why I'm going to select this one. Otherwise, you can select the East US as well. No, it's we can continue with the Japan East. No worries. Uh, okay. As we go, Docker Test Lab, Japan East, and the basic plan B1. Okay, next database. I don't have the requirement of the database, so that's why I am not going to select anything. And image source from Azure. You have any quick start? If you can click here. If you if your if your source is from the Azure Container Registry, you're going to select here. For storing images, Azure Container Registry is only for is the product of Azure. It is nothing but from Microsoft. We have different types of registries are there. Suppose Docker registries are there. Suppose there are different kinds of registries are there. ECR, Elastic Container Registry from AWS. There are different container third-party container registries as well. So if you want to use with the Azure Container Registry, you can. Otherwise, you can integrate with the other registries as well. Okay. And what is the registry name? My ACR 1122. If you want to select the image, no. Right now there is no image has been pushed. So that's why you just need to check whether it has been successfully pushed or not. Okay. Fail to copy, fail to do. Why? Why it has been failed? So maybe network connection. Okay. Just a moment. I'm going to checking whether I have the any network issue. Yes, it has been pushed. Fine. I'm going to push the same. So whether it has been successfully pushed, then I will be able to see. So I'm going to duplicate it again. Whether here I need to check. Yes. So here I am using this for rough purpose. So I am going to access the container registry. So from container registry, I'm going to select the container registry which I had created. So this is my container registry, and if I go to the repositories, here I will be able to see if there is anything has been pushed or not. Up to now, didn't have nothing has been pushed into this repository. I just need to wait for some more time until it has been successfully pushed. So once this has been pushed, then the same will be replicated over Azure Container Registry. And here, while creating, as I already selected the container, so that's why I need to select the which image need to be deployed. Initially I need to select the which particular image need to deploy. Then after that, furtherly, if I make the automation, automatically whenever any image has been pushed into the ACR, that will be the same will be deployed over here. So how we have the we almost came to end. So little bit is pending. So I'm going to show it to you. So once it has been successfully pushed, so we need to wait until it has been successfully pushed. Earlier, because of some network connectivity issue, it has been stopped middle of that. So once it has been successfully pushed, then I will show it to you how the further process will be. It is pushing, and we have 192.MB of space. So up to now it has been pushed 145. So rest we have some around 50 MB of data. So once it is the size of the image, so this MB of image will be pushed into my ACR. Okay. So once it has been pushed, then we will be able, it will be replicated over Azure Container Registry in the repositories. Okay, we almost came to end up, and we just need to wait. Almost it came to, and yes, it has been successfully pushed. So if you want to check the same, just go here and refresh it. Yeah, here you will be able to see the image now. Fine, perfect. Then here I am going to select the image. Which image? Here I am going to, I think it will be replicated now. No, fine. No, okay. I just need to refresh the same. Okay, no worries. So maybe earlier I had the loss of internet connectivity. Because of that reason, maybe there is a chance it has been hold on. So right now I am going to select once again. I am going to create the web app. So the Docker RG is my resource group, and what I'm going, Docker test app, Docker test app. Okay, here I'm going to select the container, and I'm going to select the Japan East, and here it will be automatically selected, and I am going to select from basic plans. Here it is, there is no such kind of huge load as there, so that's why I'm going to select the dev environment. Fine, here the basic dev test for basic b1 is enough. I'm going to select the same. Next, database is not required, and container, here I'm going to use the Azure Container Registry. This is the container registry which I have, and this is the image name, and this is the tag latest, and startup command is not required. Networking is enable public access. Yes, modern secure. You can leave each and everything as it is, and just click on review plus create. Then it will be created. So it will take some time to deploy, and once it has been successfully deployed, we need to configure some settings inside of the web app. So what is the settings? Configure the web app. On the configuration page, we need to select new application setting. We need to select the new application setting, and we need to select the website underscore port value is 8000. Okay, just copy the same Here what it is showing, basic authentication for this app is currently disabled, maybe implemented. I'm going to create it once more time, so then we will check whether it will be created or not, and I will be charged deployment fail. Okay, I'm going to select the things which I want to select. So here I am going to select the upon west, and the plan is like here. Otherwise I am going to select the basic B1. Okay, next. Okay, everything will be quite normal. Review plus create. Let me check whether it will be created in the Japan West region as well. Sometimes there will be issue with the regions as well. Because of that issues, it will be not successfully deployed. So then if we have any issue, we can check the uh, plans we had selected and the region which we had selected. If you modify something, then definitely it will be deployed. Just check whether it will be successfully deploying or not. I hope this time it will be successfully deployed the web app service. So once it has been deployed, we need to done some settings in this web app. I will show it to you. Yeah, it is working. So it is in the process of deployment. So once this has been done, I will show to you the further things which we need to check here. So it will take some time, and yes, it has been successfully deployed. Okay, fine. Once it has been successfully deployed, what are the things we need to done? Here, go to configuration, and in overview, you can review each and all the options. What is the resource name? What is the status? In which region it has been created? Everything you will be able to see. At the same time, it will create one link. So with the help of the link, the users will be able to access the website or the content which you had been deployed. So it is generating. You just need to wait for some time. It will be showing here. So the link, with the help of the link only, we will be able to access the content. And in the meanwhile, what we will do, go to configuration. As I already mentioned, in the configuration page, we are going to select the new application setting. New application setting, the website port. Website and port, I need to set the value as 8000. Okay. Here in the configuration page, we have any new kind of application? No. Yeah. New application settings. Fine. Here I am going to click here. Name is website underscore port, and the value is 8000. No. 8000. Name is 8000. Apply. Apply. Yes. Apply. And then after that, we need to go identity. Here I need to add the identity. Here I am going to add the user identity. As I already created some managed identity, I am going to create the same here. I am going to attach, add. It is adding. With the help of the managed identity only, I will be able to pull the image. At the same time, webhook notify will be generated. Okay, fine. Then after that, what I need to done here, just please have a look on it. Go to deployment center. Okay, I need to here enable the continuous deployment. Fine. Deployment center. In deployment center, I need to done some configuration regarding the continuous deployment. Here I'm going to use the container registry. Okay, fine, single container. Right now I have the only single container only. If you have the multiple containers, you can here click Docker Compose. But right now in my scenario, it is containing only single container, and registry name is Azure Container Registry, and I'm going to use the managed identity. As I already integrated managed identity in the earlier step, so that's why it will be replicated here. Identity is company ID. Okay, my ID registry is my ACR 1122 and the same image, and the continuous deploy is an off state. I just need to make it as on. Okay, save. It will be saved. Fine. So if I browse, then if you click on overview, it will be display link. Yes, copy the link and enter. Sometimes it will take some more time in order to replicate the same. Sometimes it takes time, but it will be surely it will be done. You will be able to access the website. The same link you are going to share with the end users, they will be able to access the same with content with the help of this link. Okay, and at the same time, if you want to access the diagnostic log, select app service logs in application logging, select file system save. Where is that app service logs? Just please go here. Performance, app service plan, development tools, API, monitoring. You have the logs. You have the logs. You can be able to access the same from here. Okay, and this is from local mission. As this is from local mission, I'm going to close. If you click here, as the content is already running, then here if you here what happened, the container is stop state, so that's why I am not able to execute. If I start this container, then I will be able to access the same. Yes, fine. Okay, fine. Right now there is no requirement with this, so that's why I am going to stop. Okay, just minimize the same, and here I need to go. As it is still loading, it will take some time. Just wait a moment. And if you overview, no, just click the thing here and paste here. This is the way we can build the customized image and can be say and the same can be deployed over the Azure App Services. Fine. Suppose if you done any modification to the code, then whenever you push the code by doing the modification, whenever you push the code into this Docker Azure Container Registry, automatically the same will be deployed over the Azure App Services. Okay. If you want to check, you can check. And again, you need to modify the code. Suppose if you open this file, in your local machine folder, okay, open the file app template app index.file. Okay, I'm going to show to you where the file is, where the folder is in C drive, users, here, yes, here, yup, okay, templates, okay, app, okay, index.html, okay, index, fine. This is the index. If you made something changes here, if you want to deploy the same, by modify the things, you can be able to deploy the same. Okay, if you check here, with the help of this link, with the help of this link, I can be deployed over the same. Just please have a look. Okay guys, hope this video will help out you to understand how we are going to build and deploy the custom image in Azure App Services. Okay, then we will meet up in the next session with the new topic. Thank you guys for joining into my section. Bye bye.